one where Demi has his first seeking.
To save our mother Ceres from any alien attack.
That's the next seeking.
Yeah, when you said 4.1, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh, anyways, due to his marriage, circumspect avatar, the seeking would take place in the real world for some reason. So yeah, that will make things a bit different. But other than that, there should be no problem.
I will put a author's note right at the bottom. Just before the stream started, guys, he complained heavily and that circumspect avatar will not be allowed in future campaigns. So he is very much lying. It is very much a problem.
Wow, it's exposing me like this. That's really.
I'll do it again. Oh, by the way, just before we start, you did actually approve me changing my nature to architect, right?
Yep, I did. It's perfectly okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I forgot that you because I left the campaign at that point. And I was like too lazy to go back in.
Understandable. Okay, now that we've that out of the way, we turn back the wheels of time a bit. To uh, right after Demi finishes first wonder, because I feel that's like a time where he would essentially get more enlightenment. It was a major step for him as a player at the very least. And what's better to get more enlightenment than skipping sleep and generally going insane with the amount of work you have to put into something.
Only for Tristan to say, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it. Nothing better than that. But yes.
All in the name of science.
In the name of science, and of course, shouldn't forget to thank your family, your friends, and especially your mother, as you do on such occasions. It's like winning an award.
Of course.
All right. Well, as you wrap everything's up and finally done with your wonderful visor, you notice something on your laptop. It seems your files and folders don't seem to the right place. Everything seems to still work, but it just doesn't seem right to you.
Huh. Sort of, by the way, is this after I get a good night's sleep, or is this like just after finishing the visor?
Just finishing the visor. You're still high on like your caffeine.
Yeah. Sort of just take a second. Try and remember like did I accidentally click like right click and just be like order by and then fuck everything up?
Well,
It didn't.
you think that, but like you click into like some folder, but it's the same problem in there. It's just not the right order.
This is gonna bug me. Whatever the fuck happened. So I'm just gonna go on the presumption that probably in my rapid pace of work and the caffeine holding me, I probably mess things up. And obviously, because I'm not used to this kind of arrangement, I'm gonna lose a lot of efficiency in work. If I keep it like this. So not sure how long it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna start rearranging it approximately to what it was. I don't have the bestest of memories, but I think I'm used to it to the point where I can kind of replicate what I had.
Yeah, you go back and try to remember And the things you don't remember, you put it back into a place where you would find it easily again. In a way that makes sense to you. But as you go, you find one folder that seems to be completely untouched. Seems to be in the place where you left it, and yeah.
What's the name of the folder or file?
Well, wouldn't know what your naming scheme is, but it's something related to to networking.
I suppose if it catches me off a bit off guard, I suppose I'll double click and open it.
All right. Yeah. You see something that you haven't left there. It seems to be like a sort of executable that the technocracy uses to connect to like certain chat rooms, sort of like and sort of like hyperlink. You're pretty sure that those things are used to get to like certain chat rooms essentially.
Yeah. I don't remember placing anything or having that sort of there, right?
Yep, it's foreign to you.
Gonna do quick check, antivirus stuff like that, just to be on the safe side. It isn't executable after all.
Yep, perfectly valid to do so. You look at you have like your scanners run over it, and places for like containment for a bit, but nothing really comes up when searching. So but you're fairly certain that it is safe-ish to use.
Okay. Does this one have a specific name, or is it kind of just a generic thing?
It's like essentially named with like the address essentially.
Uh, do I recognize the address?
You do not, but it's not on the base itself. And from the dynamic scheme, you would say it's somewhere in the asteroid belt.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe it's one of the other bases they're trying to contact us, and if it seems to be on the right side, keep the fences up, obviously, but I'll execute it. I'll execute the file.
All right, you execute it, and yeah, a window pops up with the typical technocratic like chat room overlay, unless you've like customized it essentially.
It should be pretty standard. I'm in.
Ah yes, you yeah, you open it and you see a lone person sitting there in the chat room, and he starts you start typing, and he tells you that he is glad he has found you. He is he's a avatar. He he says he wanted to talk to him for a while, and because according to his files, he seemed to be like a promising member of Iteration X, but he had some hiccups in your past. um, and he's a bit curious about you. He wants to know. He just wants to know more about this incident. Uh,
um,
yeah. And if you have like any more questions, you can of course ask.
yeah. Is this happening via text or like are we talking? Like,
Like text essentially.
okay. Gonna first. So just to get this out of character, because I'm not sure if I understood properly entirely. He represented himself as my avatar, or just as an avatar.
As Avatar, like that's his nickname. Wait,
Oh,
I'm gonna like hold on. There we go. That should do it. Like
what? Nothing popped up.
really, there should be like a name tag under the under the picture itself. weird.
Yeah, Dementia ST.
No, not that. Well, like under the picture of the of like this person.
Nope, nothing's there.
Okay, Plan B then. I have.
So whatever you wrote for him, just put it in GM notes and show the players.
There you go. That's
Okay, so he's actually known as Avatar, not, okay.
yeah.
They didn't understand you when you meant that, because obviously double meanings.
Yeah, that's the point. And like as a
Yeah.
red, you wouldn't use the word avatar anyways. You would use Eidolon.
Genius. Isn't it genius?
Oh yeah, that too. Yes, that's true. Okay, but not
Oh.
avatar. It's not. It would be on the nose, but like it's not technocrat, but for you.
Fair. Just gonna write to him after that explanation. Hi, I guess. I'm Marcus Webster, but I have a feeling you already know that. How can I help you? Exactly besides the incident?
Oh, I'm just curious about you. You see, in these days, we all need we make use of the audience at the union's disposal. And you simply see, I think, you being on this rock is a brief misuse of your time. So I wanted to see about meeting you myself, and assessing you in a sense.
I mean, if you can find a way here, I think I'm currently a bit in a predicament where I kind of can't leave, at least yet.
Oh yes,
But
I'm aware. That's why that's why I left you the invite this way.
out of character now. Well, what invite?
Did the invite to the executable?
Oh, right. Should we talk about the incident then? Because I'd like to know if this has happened to me before, kinda, with a bunch of how would you call them? Technocratic bullies, I suppose, for that. So kind of want to know if you're the actual, deal.
Hmm. Well, I was expecting to have to prove myself, but very well. Well, the file says you are tasked to create an AI that actively hunts down other malicious AIs. But as the file says, as you ran the code, you missed some part of it, which released the AI into the established LAN, which started damaging, corrupting the AIs of your competitors. And yeah, it's now down under sabotage, which explains your rather poor standing with your convention.
I'm gonna write back. Okay, so this sounds like you know quite a bit about me, and pretty professionally said. So I think that's all the proof I need for not being a troll, essentially. But so far, yeah. Though, no matter how much I tried to explain it, I have no idea how that happened. It was supposed to be tested on, well, actual malicious AI and not on the other competitors. I just really don't know what I missed. I'm gonna keep on writing and go. Uh, if it wasn't for the entire situation, I would have went back and double looked at the code and stuff, but didn't really have the ability to. Kind of confiscated and a lot of chaos happened relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm. What do you think went wrong, in your opinion? You know, you of course, don't seem to be sure about it, but if you had to take a guess, like a wild guess.
Well, one of the important things that would needed to be created with the hunting AI was machine learning in a sense. It, Otherwise, it would be good for maybe a temporary while, and then the malicious AI would eventually become the predator rather than the prey. So, I think if I had to go on a wild guess, I'd say that would have been it didn't have enough test subjects, and it just seemingly randomly or picked out the less formed or slightly unfinished other AI on the competitors as a, well, malicious AI. I think that might be the cause.
I see. Do you believe your AI was superior to the others, as it was able to at least damage them in some capacity, while your AI was more or less unscathed in comparison?
Well, I definitely finished it faster, that's for sure. But considering I only had, well, one AI being tested, I can't get a good guesstimate, but uh, I would suppose.
I see. Uh, does your what's your stand on AI now? Did it make you, more cautious? And of course, what do you think about future development of AIs?
Well, if we go about the things, definitely needs a lot more testing. Just putting out something out there and hopefully having it learn eventually is not a good idea. It's almost like throwing throwing an adult who has no idea what happened in this previous 20 years of life into the wild and just telling him, so find out how to survive. He'll find out a way, obviously, and maybe even get morals and ethics and all of those things, but it's probably not going to be up to snuff at like what needs to be there. So it's a lot of testing essentially. That's where my caution comes in.
I see. But generally speaking, uh, would you say developing AI of course, if they keep proper precautions, is generally a problem? Even those that are more intelligent than the others, and even those that haven't been conceived yet, potentially being smarter than the many technocrats combined.
I mean, that was always kind of an issue. Always thinking that AI, machines, robots, whatever, will trump over regular people and just rule the world. And well, I can't say that there's not a possibility, especially if precautions are taken in. So, but at the same time, if we don't do it, well, we don't really know the limits. But what we do know is that so far, AI in any capacity has proven to be really beneficial to this world.
Yeah, you get a happy smile back, and yeah, very good. That's what I wanted to hear. I'm glad this incident didn't make you go back uh, on your passions, and you're still working for the advancement of humanity.
I mean, yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't. It was a mistake, obviously, but it doesn't mean that I can't keep on getting better and just make sure I don't fuck up in the future. I like It's one of those people. Like, I'm not sure if you know, but there's a bunch of people out there who go like swimming, get bitten by a shark, and then go swimming again in the ocean. Kind of like that. Just because one oopsie happened doesn't mean you can't. You have to stop.
An interesting way to put it, but I generally think that's true. Very well. Seems you've learned a lot from your failure, which I think is counts more than the failure itself. I can
Fair.
understand where the rest of your convention comes from, but truth be told, it seems rather narrow-minded.
Can you just repeat that last part? I didn't hear that properly.
Truth be told, I can understand where the rest of your convention comes from when they actively label you as a failure, but I think they're rather narrow-minded and wasting valuable potential.
Thank you for thinking like that. But if I can ask a question, it seems like you're quite an optimist about AI and praising my skills a lot. So, like, are you look like I'm not really sure if you're just trying to get an insight in me, or am I going to be commissioned for some work and any potential? Because it almost sounds like you want to hire me in a sense, or make me do something else as well.
That is because I do want that.
Oh,
I of course wanted to. I don't like to, you know, give someone a job without getting to know him first. And what better way is there to get to know someone than to talk to someone? After all, just reading the files would have probably made me put you aside and picked some other person. But but this way, I get to find people that are usually overlooked.
well, thanks.
As for the job itself, I want to offer you a sort of challenge. See it as the start of your of future commissions, essentially. I want you to prove that you can do better what would happen with the rogue AI. I want you to essentially complete your work. Of course, the original AI you developed has been purged from many systems. as a as a precaution essentially. I believe even the whole LAN network, everything connected to it has been purged. But oh well, no use crying over it. But I have information that your next mission will take you to a place where you potentially find more, or another one. It works in a similar fashion as yours. It's quite unfinished, and it hasn't been, so to speak, released. But it seems to be as wild as your own. What do you think? Do you think you could perhaps get that and finish developing it?
I mean, that doesn't sound like a problem, but if need be, and given enough time, I could probably make one from the ground up again. But if you really want this specific one and just make me improve on it, sure.
Yeah, so I want you.
Makes my life easier.
Yeah, I want you to take this one because well, it is A, faster, and B, it's already messed up. If you build it up from the ground, you essentially would be it wouldn't take you know it could simply mean that you didn't make the same mistake as before, but I want you to be able to, to fix it, essentially, as such skills might come in handy in the future. And who knows, maybe the detained in your career could have been prevented if you were able to do that in the first place. So, now that you, gotten your lessons out of the failure itself, I think it's time to see what you could do to rectify it. Of course, if the AI of course runs amok again, there's gonna be there's nothing I can really do, but you will have to face a certain brunt of repercussions, and I doubt it will be as pleasant as last time.
I assume so. But all right then. Just if you can, since you have some specifics, send over a PDF file with the stuff and deadline, all of those things, and I'll get to it as fast as possible.
Well, now the real kicker starts. Essentially, since I don't want you to spill the beans just yet, there is I want you to essentially how to say this. It's actually not really a choice on your part. Now that I think about it, you will be essentially your memory will be sealed until the time it is time to unlock to get the AI. I don't want you to start development early and that kind of stuff.
All right. A bit like, okay. It's sort of like, that expression on my face, like, wait, okay, why? Don't get it, but sure.
Yes, but you will know in time when it's time to act, and your memory will return just in time. You often get assignments in the field, and I think, or at least you should be if you were placed on Earth. It's a bit more difficult up here, but yeah, as you as you probably learned in your training, or maybe not. Assignments do come in the field sometimes, and you have to adapt. I sort of want to, as want to have it part of the challenge, essentially.
Okay then.
You should be able to, pull it off. Of course, still with your usual gear that you have with you. But overly preparation would give you a lot of advantage. But if those conditions are okay with you, then I would be more than happy to provide assistance in the future with cleaning your taint on your name. Of course, I can't really act open, but just know that I will be there somewhere.
Sure. I'll do it. You seem legit. But you said something about blocking my memory? How will you exactly do that?
Science, of course. We have our ways. There are many ways, of course, to block someone's memories. And I don't really want to divulge how I'm exactly going to do it. Or rather, already have done so.
As I already have done. Nani?
Oh my word, Shindaru.
Your memory is already deleted.
No.
Yeah, just gonna like sort of put 3 periods and be like, okay, I heard about these things from the Syndicate and stuff, but not Syndicate. What is the from the Men in Black? But good to know you guys are out here too. Well, whatever it is, it's been a pleasure talking. I got the assignment. Which, yeah, I suppose I won't remember really how you delete my memory, or block my memory rather. So, just please tell him. Just no pain, please.
No, don't worry. You won't feel any more pain than you have already felt. Well, and
Huh?
like mental anguish, not actual physical pain. But yes, I'm glad you agreed. Yes, as I said, you will regain your memory in time, and you will know when to act and what to get. Until then, it has been my pleasure. I will contact you once the other AI has been finished.
Yeah, I thought so. Um, Pleasure to talk to you too. I'll see you later, Avatar.
Just he disconnects.
I just lower my laptop down, sort of look over to the visor. I'm gonna need another cup of coffee for this. And yeah, I'll get a cup of coffee. And well, he said next mission, and currently we're kind of on pause. So I'm gonna obviously finish working on the visor.
Yeah, I feel like you go to visor, your memory already has vanished essentially. You might. You said you just took like a longer break than usual.
Wiggity whack, yo.
Ah, yes. By the way, did you know that avatars don't get paradox because they're part of normal, the normal, consensus.
Cursed, honestly. But yeah, basically what that means is Redimir be like, I do X. I do it successfully too.
Yeah. Okay, I think you managed to get to your 3 chambers successfully. So feel free to buy
Huh?
up the next avatar. Oh yeah, like you finished your CT comp successfully. You had 3 chamber to pass through because I think it was appropriate because due to like buying the third dot. Essentially, like
Mhm.
like three.
Yeah, the higher you go, the more chambers, like more challenges you have to go through, correct?
Yeah, like harder challenges. I'm gonna go with like for like each sort of area you buy, you're gonna go to like through a number of chambers, and it's gonna be progressively harder and harder. And especially like once you hit like the fifth dot, it's supposed to be you fail multiple times until you get through it essentially.
Fair. I'm not really sure. And I can guess only two of them. One being the yeah, I like AI still. I'll still work on it. That felt like a pass. The other one was just obviously accepting the mission, but I don't know what the third one would be.
Well, the first one was actually see if you're was about hesitation, if to see if you're willing to like follow up leads, or if you would be like overly cautious, go about telling someone, or trying to delete it, or whatever really.
Yeah, the only thing I did was just check it for viruses because something just moved around my files and I have an executable I've never seen in my life. So better check that.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable, but like the other stuff wouldn't be.
Understandable.
And the next one would be like facing your failure essentially. Like how you reacted to it, and like what would you drew from it, and if it would hamper your future path. If you were to go about essentially saying AIs are all bad and that kind of stuff, that wouldn't really make the uh,
Yeah, cut because
yeah.
it's literally the online game where you're 0-7 feeding your ass off and be like, no, it's not me, it's my teammates, guys.
Yeah, something like that. The And like the third one was about your own personal aspiration. If you are able to take the leap forward and take some risks essentially to go go about advancing yourself and essentially like challenging yourself, I guess.
Of course. So, pass with flying colors. Yeah, ye.
Yep, it went quite fast. But yeah, that's to be expected on such a low level seeking.
Yeah, entirely fair. Was also fun. But yeah, now that I have 3 dots of Erite, look at me, I'm in the big boy league now.
Yeah, if the some people are to believe that's essentially a way to become like a Greek half god. Oof, goddammit. Yeah.
Sadly, though, fucking hell is shit expensive. But hey, now I need. I'm not sure if I want to get mine 3, prime 3, or time 3 after this, but one of it is going to be the correct one. But yeah, totally not subtle with the outer. You could have fucking put a better, get a better name.
No, that was all like being on the nose. I like those things.
Of course, he is.
Like out of character, you would of course know what you're dealing with, but in character, there's like really no way to know.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, bruh, bruh.
I put in like a random name generator for like cool hacker names. It's like, oh yeah, he's called Avatar. That makes so much
Yeah,
sense.
it's all coming together now.
Indeed. Oh, by the way, do you like the picture? I, I essentially like made it. I picked it on the basis of like your backstory, where you have you work for NASA, that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I get it. I liked it. Yeah, I went with the 404 error not found because it's not technically supposed to be found.
Yeah, no, it's not found, and like it takes on the guise of like really anything. It could be your mother calling and stuff like that, according to the
Hmm.
plot. So I went with that to have like such like long conversation.
Yeah, but works well.
Yep.
But yeah, yay.
All right, I think we should do like in character our character thoughts. Just assume like for in character thoughts, you would still remember just before it fades essentially.
Yeah, out of character, in character.
For in character, out of character, you can like all the
Yeah, yeah.
thoughts.
So I'll start with out of character because that's the simplest of them all. It was a pretty good session overall, or
Mm.
rather, it was a pretty good one-on-one overall. In character, um, what the fuck? At like one point, what the fuck? And what kind of sketchy ass deals am I picking up? Like this man just blatantly told me like the most confidential stuff ever. Like, hey, your next mission, you're gonna have something very interesting on board. I want you to get that. Oh, also, we're gonna block your memory until then. That cool with you? Cool. See you later, nerd.
You know, if you had like disagrees, the memory would still have been blocked. Like this is the thing that I have to like set up from the beginning. It's just like, you had started working, and essentially what the only thing you would have remembered is probably like maybe if you're lucky that something on your desktop was off, but like not a whole search anything. You wouldn't have remembered that. It's
But yeah, they're totally cursed, essentially in character.
yeah, it's understandable as it should be.
So, how much XP do I get?
I'm sorry, you don't get the XP for. Oh god, you don't really get XP for the for this one because it would put you at an
So
advantage
rude.
overall. Yeah, imagine this. Okay, I'm gonna fail my seeking because it will every time similar my XP, and just go. Okay, we're gonna do it again and again and again. Oh yeah, I'm 20 XP ahead of everyone. How could that ever happen?
Sure, I'll just do the old-fashioned tactic. Let me just add a tick of athletics and alertness, maybe perception too. I always dreamt of having 3 dots in perception alertness.
Yeah, fucking damn it.
I didn't change anything. But all right, fucking cursed.
Yeah.
Just to know, can you just check at the other player because I'm not really sure if I'm correct on the XP. Our total should be 36 at this point, correct?
Okay, let me just check Bacon's because he is usually diligent. Yeah, he's at 36.
Okay, I didn't mess it up because I know that at one point it was like 3 XP and then 4 XP, and I'm not really sure where's what.
Yeah, that's that's one thing we really like about having like everyone have the same XP.
Mm-hmm.
Like you always know where it's supposed to be, and also like just like the whole thing where some players are ahead of other people because of some weird reasons. Oh yeah, I won the popularity contest several times more than the others. So I'm far superior than everyone else.
Sorry, nerds. I'm MVP every session. Get good.
Yeah, essentially, I think that really sucks for the other people involved. Also,
Yeah.
if there's extra XP you had, I had with certain people the experience that they just go ahead and have the audacity to ask every time, which gives them the XP anyways. Like the other players are, oh, I maybe shouldn't do this because I didn't really earn it, but this one guy is always like, yeah, I want the extra XP, so I'm gonna argue for it until I get it.
Yeah. Personally, my gripe would happen. This happened in Chris campaigns like Toluca and what is it called? Things. So we had the MVP system, right? Still working, and Epic got a lot of those, obviously. And but it's not even MVP. It's like okay, MVP least concern, right? If it can like be balanced out to appropriate. My problem was because I have a life, so to say. Sometimes I'm not able to make it to sessions, right? And combine that with the MVP, and all of a sudden I'm 20 XP behind the main guy. Yeah, I really hate like losing XP simply because I'm not here. That's just like it comes to a point where it's like it doesn't matter. Just let me participate for like at least an hour just so I can get my 3 XP and fuck off. It
Yeah,
really be do like that sometime.
yeah, I can understand that.
Which is why I like milestone systems. Keeping everybody the same. Wiggity whack. Anyways, I'm gonna go and play. And for everybody on the stream, since I see you're still streaming, have a nice day. Redimer's a bad storyteller.
Indeed, I
You can
am.
and you can stop recording or whatever.